Hello there, my name is Charlie from Lean Systems, and today I'm going to be answering the question, high volume cold outreach versus intent-driven outreach. What's best for AI consultants? Now, before I show you the difference between these two approaches, I first want to show you what you can expect post-implementation of intent-driven outreach. So these are some examples from a campaign we're currently running for a client, and as you can see, we're seeing response rates of up to 5%, and in the best case scenario, up to 56% of the responses resulting in a call. Now, if you've run outreach before, you'll know that these numbers are absolutely incredible. Imagine if half of the people who are replying to you are actually interested and want to set up a call. So the reason why these numbers are so good is because we're using an intent-driven approach as opposed to a carpet bombing, high volume cold outreach approach. And I'm going to show you the difference now. So this is a standard outreach. It's actually one that one of my colleagues received. And I'm not going to read through the entire piece of copy here, but you can see very quickly, really the only piece of personalization is the name. And roughly 60% of the outreach is focused on the sender. So immediately there's no relevance, there's no curiosity being sparked within the prospect. It's only down here that we come into what can I, the sender, do for you, the prospect. This needs to be much, much further up because otherwise it makes it very easy to ignore. And towards the end, there's a stronger call to action. It's not very, very hard, call link right in your face, but it's starting off with an ask as opposed to providing value up front. So here are the problems with your traditional cold outreach, like this example. So the first thing is that they lack personalization. It immediately feels transactional. The focus is on the sender, as I said, and not the prospect's pain points. So personalized questions in that initial outreach message build rapport and trust. This leads into a failure to trigger engagement. As I said, it's very easy to ignore because partially it's too long and it doesn't directly address challenges that the prospect might be encountering. So it's, we'll remove pain points, very, very generic, add significant value to your projects and support your initiative successfully. There's clearly been absolutely no homework done, no attempt to understand the prospect before reaching out to them. This message will get ignored 99.9999% of the time because it's doing all of these things wrong. Again, third point here, it misses immediate value. It immediately comes across as salesy, right? There's a me, and an ask. Immediately comes across as salesy. Successful outreach provides value up front, such as a free resource, an insightful question, something which really triggers an emotion within the prospect. And typically what we see from the uninformed cold outreach participant is that they carpet bomb the market, and this really wastes time and resources on cold audiences who really aren't seeking solutions rather than targeting high intent prospects showing readiness. Now, I want to show you a few examples of the kind of thing which could be involved in an intent-driven, more personalized campaign. So for example, let's take the first template here. Is competitor beating you with AI? So immediately it's relevant because of course any prospect is going to resonate with the brand name of their competitor, and immediately that sparks curiosity. Hey, first name, I was really impressed by some unique thing about the company, right? Building rapport, building trust. Okay, this person's done their homework. Let me read on. Is that enough to keep your customers loyal year after year, especially with competitors like competitor benefiting from AI-driven solutions? I asked because we've recently helped a leading retailer increase their sales revenue by 34% in just 90 days using our AI-powered platform, and so on and so forth. And then we finish up the email with a soft call to action. If we were to do something for you for free and show you how we could achieve the same results for you, would that be of interest? We're not asking the prospect to book in for a call. All we're asking is, would this kind of thing be of interest? Makes it a lot easier to reply to this email, even if it's a very cold prospect who says, we're not looking to spend any money right now. It's still a response, it's the start of a conversation, and often those conversations can lead into calls, and obviously those calls can lead into clients as well. And similar examples with the second two templates that I have here. I'm not going to run through every single line of these, but you get the idea. Personalized, relevant, spark curiosity, and soft call to actions in that initial email. We don't want to be salesy, we don't want to come across as transactional, we don't want to be asking for too much at all. This is the first time that this prospect has ever heard of us, potentially. So we want to keep it soft. Would you be open to learning more? Would it make sense for us to chat and see if you're leaving revenue on the table? So what do these examples do right? First and foremost, spark genuine interest and trust. So personalization creates tailored relevant messages by construction that show an understanding and build trust. It should feel like the start of a conversation, not a sales pitch. So first and foremost, we're starting off by saying, look, I was really impressed by unique thing about company. So for example, the fact that this certain VC led your Series E round, for example. And this could be anything which we actually build using enrichment with Clay, which I'll comment on in just a second. Targets warm audiences, so we use an intent-driven approach. So these messages aren't arriving in a carpet bomb fashion to the entire market. We're focusing on prospects who are already signaling readiness to buy. This could be, as I said, fundraising is a great example. Hiring is another great example because it just signals this company has some problem they're trying to solve and they're willing to spend money on it. It's a very, very, very good intent signal, and we use it a lot. And all of these signals simply indicate that the prospect that we're sending the outreach message to is more likely to engage. So we get more bang for our buck on our campaigns, and that's exactly why you'll see both reply rates and positive reply rates in call bookings be a lot higher for intent-driven campaigns. Thirdly, we deliver immediate value. Successful outreach provides value up front and positions you more as a trusted advisor, not just another vendor. This is very clearly, look, we do this, this, and this. I want to sell to you. Let me have a few minutes of your time so I can sell to you. It's not even trying to blend in at all. Whereas these messages are much more, I was speaking to this competitor, I was speaking to this retail chain, you came to mind because you're in a similar field. It's much more personalized, much more relevant, and it comes across very, very differently when it lands in the inbox of the prospect. And the third thing is that they trigger action. So we have shorter, more problem-focused copy, which highlight pain points and ask thought-provoking questions. These thought-provoking questions are what drive response rates. So softer call to actions work very well. We don't need to book in a call from the first email. We want to generate conversation. We want to make sure that that person or that company is actually qualified to talk to us in the first place. And then we book in a call and we talk to them if they are. It's not a problem. We don't need to go straight up front and get an immediate confirmation of a call from the first message. That's why this is failing. So how can we actually implement some of the things which I've been discussing today? Well, first and foremost, it's thinking about your positioning/offer. So your outreach should reflect the problem you solve for clients, not how you do it. So this is all about how we do it. But if you flip these things on their head and actually think about the solution which is being offered to the client with some more thought and some more ideation around the messaging, the positioning, the creation of an offer, something which you are offering to someone, you can very quickly create an offer which either proposes to make more money for the client, save them money, or save them time. And I'm sure these various different things do that. It's just not being expressed properly. Again, take that positioning, that offer, that general idea of how the messaging should look to create short, problem-focused copy with soft call to actions. We're not asking for time up front. We're asking, would it make sense for us to chat? Are you interested to learn more, for example? And always we split test ABC versions of copy to actually see which call to action, which opening, personalization, essentially what copy works best and resonates best with the particular audience. And we take this and we design an intent-driven campaign using a tool like Clay to enrich the lead list and give us that fuel for personalization. So for example, what is this company's biggest competitor? We need that to be inserted into every single email and be relevant to the prospect in question. And we use Clay to actually enrich our lead list and achieve that personalization. We then conduct outreach. We send messages via email, via LinkedIn, using automations to respond rapidly to leads. Of course, it's not set and forget, it's a continuous testing and refining of the offer itself, the targeting, the copy, the messaging, everything which I've covered today needs to be continuously refined as the market evolves and the problem set of your target audience evolves too. So if you're an AI consultant and if you're looking for the exact system we run for our clients to achieve the results like I showed you at the beginning of the video, book in a call and let's talk shop. Thank you for watching, and I hope the information in today's video was valuable for you. Take care.